Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're all jacked up on cake.
We are jacked up on cake. So much sugar.
You're seeing this about 2 months
Yeah.
after we recorded our cake in the face thing. Today's our actual 1-year anniversary. But that episode came out a long time ago. Now
Yep.
this is episode 308.
Yep.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Still doing it.
And I want to talk about a club that we joined since, that episode, which is the Billionaires Club.
This is all about billionaires in 15 minutes or less.
All about billionaires.
Should we play the intro?
Yeah.
Are we ready to begin?
Good morning.
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Come on, let's get into character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
And what a great intro it is.
And what a great intro it is.
It's probably worth $1 billion.
You know who the first person worth $1 billion was?
I do, but I'll act surprised.
It was John D Rockefeller.
John D Rockefeller.
And Rockefellers.
Wow.
Yep.
Then we're talking about personal billionaires, right? Because there's corporations that have hit billion.
Yeah.
Way
It
before
was
that.
as a person. Part of the very famous oil tycoon family, the
Yep.
Rockefellers.
Wow.
He was an astute businessman who achieved the billionaire status in 1916 for his ownership of Standard Oil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Just for
Yeah.
context. Do you know how much $1 billion is?
It's so many more than a million that my brain can't even comprehend it.
It's 1,000
Yeah.
millions.
Yeah.
1,000 millions.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's way more than a thousandaire.
Have you seen the Jeff Bezos rice video on YouTube?
Yes, you showed it to me.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
1 grain of rice is equals $100,000, and then they just start pouring rice
Yeah.
out, and it's
It's
just this
insane.
massive, massive stack of
Yeah.
rice. Do you know how many billionaires are currently in existence right now?
25.
You're so far off.
200,000.
Okay, that's another extreme.
12.
2,755 billionaires are in the world with a collective $13.1 trillion.
That's so much money.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow. Well, I actually was super interested in this whole Rockefeller thing and kind of went down a little spiral, sneaky spiral.
Yeah.
He started out his first job as an assistant bookkeeper when he was 16.
Wow, there's hope for all of us.
Yeah. That he started that in 1870, is when he started the Standard Oil Company and became the #1 monopoly in the oil industry. Yeah.
Do you want to know how many people became billionaires over the last year?
I do.
You want to guess?
I don't, because I'll be wrong. You know me, when I get into these numbers, I get really my brain just doesn't compute numbers correctly.
Okay. It's a little under
27?
Okay, a little under 500. 493.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
a lot more than 27.
Just in the last year. So if there's only 2,700
I
total.
want to be on that list.
Yeah. This here says the coronavirus pandemic widened the wealth gap, with the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. As further evidence of this, 493 people were new additions to the 2021 Forbes billionaire list, which works out to an average of 1 new billionaire every 17 hours.
That's stupid. That's just...
Hey, that just means that if we
There's room
waited
for
out,
us. There's room for us.
in 17 hours from now, we could be billionaires.
I know how... Yeah, it's true, we could be.
I mean, I don't know how that would happen.
Me neither, but I know how much you like numbers. So
I love numbers.
I think that you're going to get, you're going to like this a lot. In 1913, Rockefeller's personal wealth, $900 million, was more than 2% of the U.S. GDP.
And what year was that?
1913.
So
He was worth 2%.
Wow.
of the entire United States GDP.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. 1913. I'm going to find out what money was worth in 1913.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, he was worth $900 million at that point. So 3 years later is when he was announced as the country's official first billionaire with a fortune worth nearly 2% of the entire national economy. By 1937, the Rockefeller fortune was $1.4 billion or 1.5 of the GDP of 92 billion.
Okay. Tell me again what year he hit the billionaire mark?
1916.
1916. So I'm going to check money for 1916. So it'll be easy math. In 1916, this is ridiculous. I had 1913, and it says it was $1 in 1913 is worth $27.58 today. So let's just assume it's pretty close, right? So when
Okay.
he became a billionaire,
Yeah.
it would be the equivalent of having almost $28 billion now.
Yeah.
So it felt like when he hit about a little over 100 million, that's what it feels like to be a billionaire today.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
No, sorry. A little under $40 million would feel like having a billion today.
Right.
So then almost 30 billion.
Yeah.
That must have felt like being a trillionaire.
Man. Here's a couple of quick, fun facts about the world's first billionaire.
Okay.
Every year, he celebrated the anniversary of landing his first job. He had his own little anniversary party of the first day that he got a job.
Do you think he had a cake and blue candles
Yeah.
and stuff like we did?
Yeah. He hired substitute soldiers to go for him instead of being in the Civil War.
Oh. Okay.
He is named as one of the people who helped build America.
America.
Winston Churchill wanted to write Rockefeller's biography, but Rockefeller's price was so high that Churchill couldn't afford it. Rockefeller donated more than $500 million to various philanthropic causes. $500 million.
Wow. That's an insane amount of money back
Yeah.
then. I mean, you can't take it with you.
It's the Rockefeller Foundation was the largest grant-making foundation in the world, and its founder was deemed the most generous philanthropist.
Do you want me to do this?
I knew I was going to have problems getting it out. I know the word, but
Phil.
he lived so long that his life insurance company had to pay him $5 million for still being alive.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. This article is a little weird. I think it might be old. Well, it says it's August 18th, 2021. That's weird because that's yesterday. This says that Jeff Bezos was the first one to get $100 billion. Right? Scrinkly face.
Scrinkly face.
But, where is it?
Shop local. Hashtag.
Yeah, right? Only one person, Jeff Bezos, had achieved a net worth of over $100 billion on Forbes 2020 ranking. This year, 2021, 3 others reached that landmark: Elon Musk, Bernard Arnault, and Bill Gates. I don't know. I've never heard of Bernard Arnault. I'm going to Google him in a second.
He's French, and I'm going to let you look him up, but I think I know who he is.
Well, here's which I don't understand why she's not on this list, but Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she got $136 billion when she got half.
How much are the other ones worth?
Well, this is a list of people that are worth over $100 billion.
Oh.
So even though she got it in the
does
divorce.
it factor in that she's given away most of it at this point? She no longer has it?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, she had it at one point.
She did, but I mean, she didn't keep it. Like, those people still have their wealth. She donated a large percentage of it. Yes.
All right, let's find out who Bernard is.
If I am not mistaken, I read, I think maybe a few weeks ago, that her and Melinda Gates, who Bill Gates is in the process of divorcing, have kind of gone into business together to create a philanthropic thing to give away all their money. Mm-hmm. They're we're the women that got all of this money for standing behind the dudes for so long and helping all of that and making it happen. And we're going to show you that you should not have that kind of wealth. Speaking of ladies, do you want to know who the first woman billionaire was?
Well, I'm kind of cheating because I can see your screen.
And we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Martha Stewart was the world's first woman billionaire.
Let me get a time machine, Martha.
Right? Yeah.
This Bernard guy is some kind of media dude, and he is an art collector.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Media, art, and business.
The first African billionaire was Robert L. Johnson.
Okay. What part of Africa?
He is the guy who owned BET. He developed RLJ companies after he sold BET to Viacom.
Wow.
He invested in several notable companies and organizations beyond the reach of RLJ. I think that we talked about him way back when we talked about the most expensive divorces. If I'm not mistaken, he and his wife had one of the most expensive divorces.
It only makes sense that we're talking about the richest guys in the world, and now we're talking about the United States is home to the most billionaires.
I'm not surprised by that.
We
are a country of gross, disgusting wealth.
Yes, but China is the home to the most new billionaires.
That doesn't surprise me as well.
The United States still has the most overall, Forbes reported. There are 724 billionaires in the U.S., though China is close behind with 698. They're going to take over next year.
Yeah.
India has the third highest number of billionaires with 140. They're never going to catch up. Germany, fourth highest with 136. They'll probably be India pretty soon. And Russia has the fifth highest billionaires with 117. It just
kind of surprising to me. I figured that Russia would take the lead over Germany and India.
Russia's just so huge. It's just
it
massive.
is.
But like when you're
rich there, you're rich.
Yeah, but when you're poor there,
you are poor.
I mean, that's pretty much everywhere.
Same thing in India.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
The poor are getting poorer and the
There's
rich are
just
getting
no
richer.
middle anymore.
No.
Do you want to know who the youngest billionaire was?
Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty controversial, and it made a lot of people mad, and I don't understand why.
Oh.
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Her cosmetics company.
Yeah.
Kylie Cosmetics.
Right.
She was named the youngest billionaire in the world at the age of 21.
That's nuts.
And she started that company on her own. I mean, obviously some family money, but she was like, this is what I want to do. And she did it when she was 14.
She started that makeup line when she was 14?
14. She used $250,000 of her modeling earnings to pay an outside company to produce her branded lip kits. They were $29 packages with lipstick with a matching lip liner. She had a huge media presence with her Instagram, so she used those followers as the customer base. She was smart enough to use this unique strategy, and it worked out pretty well. The first batch of 15,000 lip kits sold out in the first minute.
Whoa.
She later expanded the lip kit venture into a full-fledged cosmetics empire. She was homeschooled. In 2011, she earned $100,000 for letting OPI name a nail polish line after her and Kendall.
Oh, okay.
So, even as a young lady, she was like, yeah, use my name. That's fine. My family's famous. Do it.
Yeah, let's go.
And then she took that money and went, I want to make makeup.
And she had a succession of successful businesswomen to look up to in her family and counsel her with it.
Completely.
Like Kim had gone through all that.
They take a lot of flack for having a reality show, but man, they are shrewd businesswomen that know what to do.
And
I have a lot of respect for the business models that they've set up for themselves, and I get very
100%.
angry when people are like, oh, it all started with a sex tape.
Yeah. And the mom is the mastermind behind all of it.
She's a genius.
She really is. She really is.
Christian, are you want to come manage our podcast?
Let's go.
Bring it.
I did a spot.
We'll be under the Kardashian umbrella.
Yeah. Oh my. That would be
In a heartbeat.
Fantastic.
I'll move to Calabasas if I have to.
Go. I'm on the way.
Right?
I did a spot with the Kardashian chick.
Which one?
The first one.
Kim,
yes. And mom drove her to set. Mm-hmm. And this was a long time ago. It's 2007. And I was a PA.
Yeah.
They pull up. And I'm like, they pull right into the driveway that we're shooting in. There's grip gear everywhere. And I'm like, may I possibly move your car? She's like, sure, as long as you bring it back when we're ready to go. Mom's just like, here's the keys, Bentley. I'm like,
Of course.
okay, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to not scratch this Bentley.
It's terrifying.
But they
isn't it?
were just fantastic people.
You know what? Every interaction that I've had with them, they have been so lovely.
Yeah.
Like very easy to deal with.
100%.
I've never watched a single episode of any of the TV show.
I have, yeah.
So I feel like maybe that saved me from having this weird mentality on them, but they've been nothing but wonderful every time I've had to have them in a show or anything like that.
They're just an ethos of their own. They're just an orbit.
They really are.
Yeah.
I
got no hate on them.
Me
None.
neither. I respect the shit out of all of them.
Yeah, I don't think we generally do hate on a lot of people here.
We don't.
Unless they're like, real bad people.
Yeah, unless they're like
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein or Armie Hammer,
Yeah.
And fuck those guys.
Speaking of bad people, I need to make a retraction. I misspoke when I talked about Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos. I thought she got 130 billion. She got 38 billion in the divorce. That's why she's not on the 100 billion list. But,
Okay.
yeah.
And she, like I said, I'm another one that I have nothing but respect for.
Yeah.
She just immediately turned that around and went, I don't want this. Mm-hmm. Like, I know my prenup, blah, 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 whatever. Like, this is what I'm owed. I don't want this.
She
And
gave
I'm going to.
4.2 billion of that 38 away already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has plans with
Yeah.
Melinda Gates to keep doing it.
And Jeff has already made over 100 plus on top of what he gave her in the divorce settlement. So,
Ugh, gross.
gross. Jeff.
Well, you know what? That's 15
Oh my
minutes
goodness.
on Bazillionaires.
You know, bazillion.
Bazinga.
You know I could talk about money all
I know you
day
love it so
long.
much.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to getting into the Millionaires Club in
Me too.
2022.
Chris, you got my Instagram digits. Call us up so that we can, get up on in there with you and the rest of the Kardashians.
Or literally anyone else that wants to give us money for the show.
Anybody.
Yeah.
We're willing to entertain as many offers as
Yes.
thrown our way.
We're looking to get $110,000 sponsorships or
Yes.
$1,100 sponsorships or 10 $100,000 sponsorships or 20 $50,000 sponsorships.
Basically, this has just turned into the Jerry Lewis telethon, and whatever you want to throw our way, we'll take it.
Well, our Venmo is at Misty. Do we have an at Misty and Ike Venmo?
No.
You can just Venmo me personally, and I'll be sure to share it. This is me
Liar.
winking. All right, guys, thanks for listening to episode 308. Oh, it's a Wednesday, and I didn't even read anything wrong.
I know. I'm impressed.
Weird. Money's got me all jacked up.
It's because you like the money.
I'm still high on that birthday cake.
You and me both, man.
Birthday.
All right.
All right, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.